from baking for as long as I can remember. I love finding new recipes and putting my own little twist on them. I learned how to make these Oreo cakesters about a year or so ago. They're a very easy and fun thing to make, and anybody can make them. There are 4 simple steps needed to make Oreo cakesters. Step 1 is to acquire your ingredients. So you need to go to a local grocery store. I'm going to go to Harris Teeter because it's across the street, and get your ingredients. The first ingredient would be cake mix. You can choose any cake mix you'd like. I'm going to choose Devil's Food Cake because I think that tastes the best. You also need eggs, butter, oil, and icing. And the same thing goes with the icing. You can choose any kind. Well, here's the Devil's Food chocolate mix. Now you have to get the icing. You can choose any icing you want, but to make it look like an Oreo, you need white icing, and so I would pick this fluffy white. The next ingredient that you need to get is either vegetable oil or canola oil. There's really no difference in the two. Canola oil. The last ingredient you need is butter, and since the sticks of butter are already pre-measured, those are the easiest to get. Now that you have your ingredients, it's time to get the recipe and start baking. The first thing on the recipe is to preheat the oven to 350. Now that you have all your ingredients, it's time to start mixing them together. It doesn't matter the order of which you mix them, as long as they're mixed together perfectly. First we have the Devil's Food Cake Mix. Put all of it in there. Then we need 2 eggs. Well, hey bro. This is my big brother. Public speaking project.
Where are you talking from?
Huh?
Where are you talking from?
My class.
Shouldn't be too hard.
No.
Don't freak out. Don't stutter.
My big brother, everybody. Okay, and after the 2 eggs, we need half a cup of butter, which is an entire stick.
Oh, this is a video.
Yeah, it is. He's intentionally doing this.
Intentionally doing what?
Okay, and lastly, we need a little bit of oil. I added this to the recipe to make it easier to mix up, so it's really no measurement. You just don't put a lot.
Pause.
And now you gotta mix up all the ingredients. Oh, yeah.
Speak up.
Make sure you don't use a whisk when you mix it up, because then you get all of the ingredients just stuck in it and it's really annoying. If it's not mixing well enough, that's when you need to add a little more oil. He doesn't, my brother doesn't know how to make these.
I know how to eat them.
That is true. Alright, we can stop the video. Now that it's all mixed up, it's very important that it's very solid, and you will find out why in the next step, because now it's the fun part where we get to get them ready for the oven. You're going to need 3 big cookie sheets because you're going to be making a lot of cookies. So it's important to pan all 3 of them so that they do not stick when they come out of the oven. And you get them ready. What you do is you grab just a little bit with your hands, about this much, and you roll them with your hands. Now, as you can see, my hands are, it doesn't stick to my hands very much. That's because it's very solid, and that's because I didn't add too much oil. If you add too much oil and they actually stick to your hands, a way to fix that is to add a lot of powdered sugar in it. It also changes the taste just a little bit, makes it better. But as you can see, you just place it there, and just, that's how you do it. Now that you have them in little balls on the trays, it's time to put them in the oven. Once they're in the oven, set the timer to 7 to 10 minutes. Some people think that you should go in the very middle, like 8.5, but it's better to start at 7 and then keep on adding minutes so you don't burn them. Now that you have your cookies all baked and cooled, it's time for step 4, which is putting on the icing. You want to find 2 cookies that are similar in size so that they match up perfectly. So all you do is you take a little bit of icing, just coat it over one of the pieces, very simply like that, and simply just stack them on top of each other. And you have your Oreo cakester. Now that you've made your Oreo cakesters, you can sit back and enjoy them. And let me remind you the 4 steps to making Oreo cakesters. The first step was to get your ingredients. Your oil, your butter, your cake mix, your icing, and your eggs. Step 2 was to mix it all up together and make it a solid batter. Step 3 was to roll them into balls and put them in the oven. And step 4 was, after they were cooled, to put icing and put these similar sized Oreos on top of each other. Thank you.